Have you ever used the Sea Spray before? Well, we're going to try it out tonight. So when you pop on, say hey, hit that heart button. If you see that red live box right there, that means I'm live. But if you don't see it, that just means you're catching the replay. But y'all, welcome on in. My name is Alex with the Creative Llama, and we're going to attempt to use the Dixie Belle Sea Spray tonight. I've only used it one other time, so we're going to see how this goes. But I'm going to get this shared over into my broadcast channel. So if you're not in my broadcast channel, that's the best way to know when I go live. Right down here in the pinned comment, if you open up that message, there is actually a link for you to join in there. But let me get that shared into there, and then we are going to get started. We're going to be creating with, we're going to be creating with the club transfer tonight. So I'm excited for this project. I have a vision. I hope it turns out like I'm thinking, but we'll see. Okay. Hi, Patricia. How are you feeling? I hope you're feeling better, my friend. I'm trying to find my live. There it is. All right. Let me get this shared into here. Copy the link, and we are going to get started. So we're going to start off with our Sea Spray and kind of work on that first. Okay. So let me pull up my live. Here we go. So I am going to use the Club Surface. So this comes, hi Donna Glaze, hi Annie. This comes with your club transfer. So the club transfer this month is this welcome, as I almost hit myself in the face, is this welcome transfer. You get the surface, you get a little thing of ribbon, and then you get 2 paste packets in shimmer gold and black velvet. So we're going to use that tonight. So let's go ahead and get started. Hello. Hi guys. How is everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. Y'all, I don't even know what day it is. If I'm being really honest, I really haven't slept very much in the last, 4 or 5 days. Like last night, I didn't fall asleep till about 4 o'clock in the morning. Hi, Barbara. So I'm a little out of it. I apologize. But I'm here. I wasn't going to miss my live. So I'm going to first go in. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to add some texture to this. So we're going to add brown on top. It's going to look a little messy before it gets better. Okay. We're going to add a little bit of texture to this, paint over it, and then we're going to sand it down to kind of make it look a little bit more like vintagey, rustic, worn. Okay. So I'm going to go in with my espresso paste. Okay. But first, let me find a stir stick. How the heck do I not have a stir stick? One second, please. Oh my goodness. Let me grab a couple stir sticks and let's go ahead and start this. So I have my little cup here. We're going to throw this. I don't know how much we're going to need. So I'm going to put quite a bit, and then I'm going to spray it with some water. Ooh. And we're going to kind of get it down to like a paint, like an acrylic paint consistency. Hi, Lorna. Hi, Pamela. Thank you so much for sprinkling. I so appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So a little bit of water just to thin it out. It's going to need a little bit more, I can tell. But we're going to see how this turns out. I've only tried this once, and that was back in July. And it turned out pretty cool. I've watched a few other crafters do this method. And so I think I kind of got it, but we'll see. Hi, Lynette. No, Miss Diane. No, he hasn't even been here. He has not even been here. I just can't sleep. I think I can't shut my brain off at night. I don't know. Does anybody take anything to help them sleep? Like that's like not a medication? Do you have any recommendations? All right. So I'm thinning that out. A little bit more water, and we are going to get the Sea Spray in there in just 1 second. Okay. So when you comment the word January, this is linked in the Chalk products. You can get the Sea Spray on the Chalk website, which is really exciting. So you don't have to go to 2 separate websites. So that's more of like a paint, like an acrylic paint consistency. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to go in. I'm not even going to really like measure it. I'm just going to eyeball it and throw it in there. And then we're going to mix this in. And I make a giant mess. Melatonin, magnesium spray. I've taken melatonin before. I just try not to take it very often. Because, like, isn't it like, can't you build like an immunity to it or something like that? Sleepy time tea. Ooh, Monica, I love me some sleepy time tea, girl. I love it. All right, I might need to mix up a little bit more, but I think this is good. So it's going to be chalky. It's going to be thick, which is what you want, okay? I'm going to mix up Yeah, I'm going to mix up a little bit more. I just want to make sure I have enough. So I'm going to spray that water in there and we're going to mix it until we get it the right consistency. Red wine. That's what Thomas said. Thomas said, go have a bottle of wine. I do too. I take melatonin over the counter. I also take meds. Yeah. So I call you usually up, girl. I was up till 4 a.m. last night. Hi, Billy. What was I going to say? A while back, they put me on trazodone and, I hated the way that it made me feel. It like gave me like numbness in my fingers and my hands and my feet. And like, it gave me anxiety. So I had to stop taking that. My daughter has that. Brain keeps going. Yeah. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm just stressed about getting everything out and orders and all of that and doing everything. But I'm getting myself caught up. I didn't tell you all this, but last week I ran out of wood and that put me back a couple of days. And so that didn't really help with the stress. You know what I mean? But I'm getting caught up. Orders are going out. So, all right. So we got a pretty thick consistency. I'm going to add a little bit more of that sea spray. There's not really, I don't think there's any like right or wrong way to do this. Obviously you don't want it too thick because if it's really, really thick, it's going to take forever to dry. So if you get it too thick, like this might be a little too thick, just use some water and thin it out just a little bit. I Benadryl. I bought some Advil PM or Advil PM today. I know that usually works, but I don't like taking that like long term. You know what I mean? I don't know, y'all. Stress. It's stress. I know it is. So, all right. So it is a bigger, it's like a thick consistency now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to kind of just smear it. Y'all, it kind of looks like, you know what? I'm just going to kind of smear this all around the edge. You're probably like, girl, what is this? What are you doing? I'm hoping this turns out the way I'm expecting it to. Okay. I've never done this method before, but we're going to try it. But this is going to add some texture. What is sea spray? It is a texture additive. So this is going, what we're going to do is we're going to put this on here. We're going to dry it, right? And then we're going to paint over it in white. And then we're going to sand it down. And so when we sand it down, it's going to be a little uneven and it's going to bring out this brown color underneath the white. But we need to get this on here. Sand is what I have taken. Grand Girl Trazodone. Oh, hi, Linda. Linda, I just emailed you back before I went live. It shows that last order was delivered. I didn't see when it was delivered, but the ones with those missing pieces, it was delivered probably this week. Okay. All right, get that nice and covered. And I'm going to do a little bit in here. Y'all, I really, to be honest with you, I kind of have no idea what I'm doing. We are just flying by the seat of our pants and we're testing something. But it looks like, y'all know what it looks like. Maybe brown wasn't the best choice to do this for the first time, but we're going to see. Hi, Linda. All right, it looks like pudding. There you go, Donna. That's a better way than what I'm thinking. All right, let's dry. Hi, Lisa. Trazodone I take every night to sleep. What is the powder stuff? It is sea spray, so it's going to add a texture to our surface, okay? So it's going to make our surface a little uneven, which is what we want because we are going to, I might have made it a little too thick. Yeah, dirty diaper, there you go. I'm trying time release melatonin now. Ooh, hi, Alexandria. I don't even know what I was saying. This is going to add a little bit of texture. So it's going to make our surface a little uneven, which is what we want. Because we're going to paint over it and then we're going to sand it down. But this needs to be dry or it's going to look a little like blotchy. And I may have put it on way too thick. So we might be drying for a little while. But we're going to use the club transfer tonight. And I can't sleep either. I will take a picture of what yeah. Hi, Ruthie. I'm willing to take whatever. Because I'm so frustrated at this point. Like, it just makes for a really long day. And then when I go to lay down, like, I feel tired. Like, I feel like I need to sleep. But then I can't, like, turn my brain off. You know, I'm thinking of all the things I need to do. Messages, all of that. I know it's just stress, but it's still frustrating. I hate not being able to sleep. Hi, Jan. All right. Get this nice and dry. As dry as we can get it. But it's going to take a little while. Like, I got it really thick right there. Let me see if I can take that off. Hold, please. Like, I got it way too thick right here. Let me take some of that off. But it is drying. It kind of feels like putty. All right. It does look like a dirty diaper. No, Lisa, I really try not to take a nap, because if I do, I won't sleep at night. Get some scent going, like lavender. PM me your address. Oh, how sweet, Diane. Hi, Darlene. Hi, Barb. How are you? Yeah, so your palm. See, Miss Billy, you get it. Like, I feel so tired, like exhausted, and then I can't sleep. She's 70. I've been out with years. No, don't tell me that, Miss Jan. I'm making a spaghetti sandwich. Oh, I've never heard of such a thing. All right, y'all. It's my question of the night. It's something we ask every single night. Miss Billy just reminded me. What are y'all having for dinner? Tell me. What are y'all having? Don't ask me, because I don't know yet. I know this is kind of boring to sit here and watch this, so we're going to probably take a pause here in a second, and we'll stain our arch. So we're going to put this on an arch with some greenery and some ribbon. Me either. Tacos. Yum! I'm always down for some tacos. Tacos are delicious. Burger. Chicken Alfredo, potato soup. Kelly Gann, that sounds so good. My best friend, she makes a really good potato soup. I haven't made it in forever, and I need to make it. Text, oh, Linda, tell me you have the rolls and the cinnamon butter. Slapping spaghetti between two pieces of bread. Had spaghetti casserole with garlic toast. Yum, Donna. Air fried chicken wings. Buffalo chicken sandwich. All right, let's take a little break, okay? We're going to come back to this. But I have this big old arch, y'all. This is about 20 inches tall and 11 inches wide. And I'm going to get y'all's feedback when we put it all together to see if I need to make this a little bit bigger. But I think the surface, the chalk surface that I'm using fits just perfectly on there. Fried chicken. What is the brown stuff? It's espresso paste. I mixed in some water to get it to like an acrylic paint consistency. And then I added some sea spray, okay, which thickens it up. And it's going to make our surface a little uneven. I know probably like, girl, what are you doing? What is this project Alex is coming up with? Chicken strips, potato, yum, barbecue sandwich. Get a diffuser with lavender essential oils. Okay, I need to try something. I have like y'all heard of Pink Zebra? I have a Pink Zebra warmer in my room. Maybe I need to add the lavender to it. Little spaghetti melted cheese for me. All right, so y'all, we're loving the No Pain gel stain and the color walnut. Ah! God, y'all, I swear, you can't take me anywhere. I just spilled this everywhere. Oh my gosh, Alex. I'm going to say I'm surprised by that, but I'm really not. Goodness. Homemade popcorn. Yes, Diane. I have a Whirly Pop. Have y'all heard of a Whirly Pop? Thank you, Judith, for your message. I'll check it after my live. A Whirly Pop, and I love to make my popcorn in that. All right, I'm going to use a paper towel, and we are just going to stain this. Now, you can use whatever color gel you want. You can stain it black, you can stain it white. I just like this gel stain because I just think it's so pretty. Oh my goodness. Hi, Karen. Seriously, I will send you stuff. Just message me. I will, Miss Diane. All right. Here I am making a giant mess. I already spilt it everywhere. But we're going to stain this. Paint it white. Do the chippy method on it. I think that'd be really pretty. We're going to see how this works. Do you keep your parents in stitches? I don't know. They're so used to it by now, Miss Linda. They're like not surprised by anything that happens. Like I've told y'all several times, sometimes my dad looks at me, he's like, how are you an adult? How do you make it through life, Alex? Whirly Pop, I eat a bag of my, ooh, yeah. So Whirly Pop, it's like I don't have it out, but it's like just a regular pot, but on top it has a cover, and like on the end of the handle, there's something that spins it that goes through the bottom, so it spins the kernels. It's really good. And I just buy like the bags on Amazon that have like the butter, salt, popcorn seasoning, all of that. So I just open that up and throw it in there and just heat it up. It's so good. Personally, I like it way better than microwave popcorn. Melatonin doesn't work for you. Melatonin has worked for me in the past. It just, I feel like I was taking it so consistently that it wasn't doing as good of a job, so I stopped taking it. Oh my gosh. My nail lady is going to look at me tomorrow. I'm going to go get my nails done tomorrow. She's going to look at me and be like, what is all over your hands? Alrighty, so let's get this on here. I'm making such a mess, but that's okay. It wouldn't be me if I didn't make a giant mess. You know? A rag would probably be easier than a good old paper towel. This is made with a very old pot and popped on the stove. Ooh! That sounds yummy. It works, but it's different. Okay. I'm willing to try anything. Like, I'm going on like day 4 or 5 of like no sleep. Like, not no sleep, but very little sleep. And I'm someone like, I have to have my sleep or I just can't function. So that's also why like I'm struggling, is like I can't focus on my work. You know what I mean? 10 p.m. I just bought one of them I call the old timer pot. Yeah. Maybe that's what I'll have for dinner tonight. That, maybe a glass of wine. And maybe that'll help me sleep. Hi, Missy. Thanks, Linda. Thanks. I appreciate that. I'm not always happy, but I try to be. All right. What do we think? Do we like the color? Now, this middle piece doesn't really matter because our club surface is going to be right here. So that doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. But y'all, I love, hi, Sandy. How are you? I've been thinking about you, my friend. I really like the color of this. I don't know. Like, the gel stain, I will tell you, is an investment, but I think, yes, Missy, I did. I think I'm going to use the heck out of it. There's like a reddish one and there's a lighter brown. Hi, Connie. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, commenting, interacting. It means so much that y'all hang out with me. All right. I can't ever get this on all the way, but there it is. Let me wipe this all up. But I really like the color. There is a lighter brown one that I was thinking about using, but I thought the darker one would go better with the sea spray method that we're trying. Okay, so let's hit this with the dryer. I don't know if that will dry it up, but let's hit this with the dryer really quickly. And then I use it on the furniture I refinish. Awesome. I really like it. I do really, really like it. So, I like it better than the, hi Stephanie, than this one. The Voodoo Stain. I like the No Pain Gel Stain better. Yay, Robbie. I'm so glad you are crafting. Dolores, this is available on the Chalk site. So if you comment the word January, okay, and I think it's the third link, it's where it says Chalk Supplies. It's linked in there. That's okay. The cutout is 20, and it's like almost 20 inches tall. Yeah, it's 20 inches tall by 11 inches wide. We're going to see, I'm going to show you at the end to see if I need to make it a little bit bigger. But the surface, the club surface fits perfectly on here, okay? All right, so we're going to put that to the side. Let's pull this back out. It needs to be dried a little bit longer. So this is not the fun part, is watching this dry. Hi, Kathy. But this does need to be dry in order for it to not look splotchy, okay? So if you're just jumping on, you're probably like, what is that? So we took some espresso paste, we thinned it out a little bit, and we added some sea spray. Sea spray is a texture additive, so you can add it to different paints. You can add it to chalk paste, acrylic paint, chalk paint, and it's gonna give you some texture with your painting, okay? Yeah, Diane, I can totally do that. I absolutely can. Just send me a message, because I'll forget on here. Now, I haven't, like I was telling y'all, I haven't tried this method since I learned about it in July. So we're going to try it again. It's fun. We can talk to you. Yeah. You're welcome, Diane. Anytime, my friend. Yeah, and if you want to add on the arch to your lifestyle order, I can totally do that. And did y'all see our cutout of the week? Isn't that like the cutest thing? I am obsessed with this. I think it is hands down one of my most favorite cutout of the weeks that we've done. But what do y'all think? Are you gonna grab that in the live sale, or did you already order it? Some of y'all already ordered it. It does not have a base. It's just made just to lean. Because I'm afraid with this piece, it's gonna be too heavy with a base. I'm just making it to lean. But we gotta make sure this is dry. I put it on a little thick. Thanks, Missy. Leave this nice and dry. And then we're gonna paint over it in white. It's almost there. I'm just trying to dry like those thicker areas. Hi, Diane. Another name I have not seen in some time. I hope you're doing well. All right, let's see. Because, okay, so here's the thing. You want this to be dry because if I go to paint on top of it, we're going to sand it down, right? And if I go to sand it down and it's still wet, like the thicker parts of it, like you can see like it's a little thick right here. The thicker parts of it are just going to come right off, which you don't want that to do. So that's why I'm being like a little bit more cautious about drying it. The puppies are good, Pamela. They're very good. You can add a hanger. Ooh, that's a good idea. You could add a hanger to the back. Absolutely. Thank you so much for sprinkling. I'm glad you're doing this. I bought some screen spray last summer and have been afraid to try it. Girl, we're trying it. It may be a hot mess, but we're trying. I'm going to put a wreath on it and hang it above my pantry door. Oh, that's perfect. Did I just message you if I want something from... Yeah, Linda, that's totally fine. Thomas is good. He's doing good. Y'all will probably see him this weekend on Sunday or next week. I think he'll be here. All right, let me let this kind of cool off a little bit. Thank you for your order. I don't know who just placed that order, but thank you so much. The boys are outside. Yes, ma'am. I fed them. But Boone's sitting right here staring at me like, you know, Mom, you don't love me. I'm outside. He's such a baby, y'all. Okay, I think we're good. We just became a great... Oh, congratulations, Ruthie. It is, Missy. It sure is. When you comment the word January, it's the first link in the message. Now, when you click on that link, it's going to not have a picture of the cutout. It's going to say a picture coming soon. I didn't have enough time to take a picture before I went live. So I will do that after my live. It's still a little wet. But it's this. Okay. That is so exciting, Ruthie. I am so happy for you. All right. You know what? At this point, we're just gonna do our dog turn. How fun, Dolores! Happy birthday to your dog. Hi, Debbie. And I just remembered, if y'all missed the live sale on Sunday, you can still shop the replay. Okay. All right. We're just gonna go for it because we've already sitting here drying it for a while. So I'm going to take my bright white chalk paste and I'm going to paint right over this. It does not have to be perfect because y'all, we're going to go in and we're going to sand some of this off. Okay. But we're going to paint the whole thing. I don't know. We're going to hope that this turns out. And if it doesn't, guess what? There's a backside and we can just do something different. Okay. But we're going to paint the whole thing. Now you can color it. You can paint it however you want to. It doesn't have to be the colors that I do. Yeah. Okay, thanks. I love to put wreaths on. Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking of coming out with different size arches too, but for right now, I just did this one. Boone says hello. He's like, hello. Say hello to all my people, Mom. They want to see me. I might offer different sizes in the future, but for right now, I just added this one so people could grab it. All right. Painting this side. Y'all hear him? He's being naughty. Alrighty. Get that covered. All right, so this is what it looks like. Okay, so can y'all see like where it's not smooth? That's the point of the Sea Spray, is it's going to give you some texture to your surface, which is what we want with that Sea Spray. My dogs bark every time. I'm sorry, Diane. Boone's naughty. He's naughty. All right. Wipe this down, and then we're going to dry this. I'm making a big old mess. What's new? All right. Get this dry. I know, he knows. He's like, lady, stop talking about me. More drying, y'all, but it's going to, this is the point of it. We want the texture, and we're going to sand it down. And some of that white is going to sand off, and the brown is going to come through. No, Missy. So what I did is I took a little cup and I put my espresso paste in there. I sprayed some water in it to kind of thin it out to get it to like an acrylic paint consistency. And then I just did a couple of scoops into the cup, and I made it that way. I show you at the beginning. I know you just popped on, so you can go back and watch the beginning. It's fine. She does the same thing when she sees him on TV. Oh, that's her little heart. Hi, Rhonda. All right, so more drying. That seems to be the theme of our live, is just to dry. but this needs to be dry as well. So here's what I'm thinking. This is our club transfer that we're going to use on here. What color should we do the wording? I was thinking black. We could do black, or we could do espresso. I didn't explain it very well, Missy, but if you go back after my live and see the beginning of it, I show you how to mix it up. And to be honest with you, this is only the second time I've done this, so I'm by no means an expert. A little bit, Shannon. You'll see. It's going to look, I think, more like vintagey and rustic than chippy. Black espresso. I got you, Miss Patricia. I know what you mean. Either would look great. So, like, I can tell that sea spray isn't. So this is the thing. You want the color that underneath. So I put the espresso down. You want that to be completely dry. I put it on a little thick, so I would use less sea spray than what I did. But I'm going to try to sand very lightly. I do, Anita. I'm going to try to sand very lightly so it doesn't take off the chunks of it. Dolores, the thicker it is, the longer it takes to dry. I know, Patricia. I hope you feel better, my friend. All right. I think that's good. Let it cool down for a second. And then let's run our fingers over it. So this is a reusable surface. Obviously, since I added the texture and all that to it, it is not. Okay. Moment of truth, y'all. I'm going to switch this out. The shimmer shadow is so pretty. All right. Woo, okay. So I'm lightly sanding it. And do you see how when we sand down the white, that brown, the espresso color kind of comes through? That's what I'm looking for. I'm not applying a lot of pressure. I guess, Shannon, yeah, it's going to give you that chippy look. You were right. That's probably the best way to describe it. But do you see how, like, this part I have sanded, this bottom part I haven't? So do you see how it kind of gives it a little old-timey, rustic-y looking look to it? Now, you could do this with any color combo. It doesn't have to be brown or white, black and white. You can do this with any color combo. Do I have any more of these? No, I don't. Amazon, it's my favorite sander. I love this sander. Okay, what do y'all think? I am going to wipe it down because some of that brown is... What do y'all think? Should we sand it a little bit more or leave it? Let me just take a paper towel instead of a wipe to kind of wipe off the sanding. Should we leave it? I feel like we should do a little bit more. Now you could sand as much or as little as you want. Isn't that cool? I think I like it. Yeah, absolutely, Shannon. I feel like with chippy, you get thicker sections that will chip off, whereas with the sea spray, you get like that smaller area. And it gives you a little bit of dimension and texture to your surface rather than it just being flat. What do y'all think? Yay or nay? Would you try this? I'm going to go in. A little bit more. And then I'm going to be done. All right. Ooh, y'all, look at that. I love that. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Adorable. Robbie, no, I can't. I wish I could. I can cut something similar, but I can't cut this exact shape. I have no way of like tracing it or designing it, you know what I mean? But I can cut something similar. I can find something similar. All right. Yay! All right. Let's go ahead and wax. Yes, y'all need to try this. I'm kind of obsessed. All right, we're going to wax it. So my wax is on the drier side, as I've told y'all before. So I just thin it out. I soften it with my heat gun. And then we are going to apply surface wax. Now, here's the thing. I would honestly keep your texture spray, and I should have done this, or your texture, like the brown stuff that I did on the outside and not put on the inside, because when I go to put this, if my surface is a little uneven, it can bleed, which we don't want. Okay? Absolutely, Miss Rhonda. It will be there as soon as I hop off of here. All right, let's fuzz. What do we decide on? Espresso? You can use coarse salt. Oh, I didn't know that. Should we use espresso or shimmer black? I think shimmer black would be fun. I've used the sea spray before and it creates the coolest look. Yeah, I'm kind of obsessed, Connie. Like, kind of obsessed. Like, we might be using that quite a bit. All right, we fuzzed it. Now I'm going to kind of figure out, I'm afraid it's going to bleed on me, y'all. But I'm going to try to put it to where, like, the big chunks are not near. I was wondering that would not, yeah. You just have to be careful. And if it bleeds, it bleeds. It's not the end of the world. Black espresso. I kind of think espresso would go with the rest of it. All right, let me put this here. And should we do welcome to our beautiful chaos, or should we just do the welcome? This needs to go up. Black, I received my rose. Yay! All right, let me hold that up. That looks good. I think we're going to do the beautiful chaos. Hi, Cheryl. Let's do shimmer black. I think the espresso will look good, but our bow is going to have a little bit of black in it, so that'll bring it together. All right, so this is shimmer shadow. Welcome only. Okay, just the welcome then. This is shimmer shadow. That's why I don't like storing my jars upside down. Let me pull out my placement tape and cover this up. That's a little tip for you if you don't want, if you're afraid that you're going to get the paste where you don't want it, like in other parts of the silk screen, just go ahead and cover it on up. Just welcome. Okay. I'm thinking. All right, here we go. And if you don't have shimmer shadow, it's really pretty. Now, I didn't plan on using this color, so it's not in the supply list. So what I'm doing is I'm going in and I'm being very light with my pressure, just because my surface is a little uneven. If I go in and apply a lot of pressure when I'm putting this on, it's more likely to bleed. So like right here, there's a little air bubble. So I'm not going to go back over it or keep going over it, but I'm going to apply light pressure to get that paste through the silk screen. And we're just going to pray that it doesn't bleed on us. Okay. That looks good. Let's hope it didn't bleed, y'all. All right, go through, pick up all that extra paste. Oop, I see a little spot that I missed. All right, all ready? Here we go. Ooh. Now, you see on the W where there's some of those spots missing? We'll fill those in here in a second. But what do y'all think? That is gorgeous. Yeah. So we missed some spots just because of the texture that's on there, but we'll go in and we'll fill it in so it doesn't look so splotchy. Alrighty, so I'm going to let's clean this really quickly. And then we will glue it to our surface and make a bow and be done. Y'all hit the heart button for me. And we'll do a little Happy Mail giveaway at the end of the live. So make sure you hang out with the spots missing. You would leave it? Okay. I just realized my board eraser is in the other room. How the heck do I do that every time? All right, so I'm just going to take a baby wipe to the front. I'm going to wipe this down. Now, I don't have a board eraser, okay? Oh, I am a dum-dum. Literally right in front of my face. Right in front of my face. Kind of goes with the rest. Yeah, absolutely, Annie. Thank you for sprinkling. I so appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, turn it over. Clean this side. And then we're going to dry it off. And it's going to go back on the backer sheet. Ah! Whoops. And that didn't make the trash can. What do you know? Just par for the course around here. Just making a bigger mess and we can reuse it, okay? So let's pull this out. Let's dry it. I think the missed spaces give it some, okay, so leave it. Y'all say to leave it? The spaces don't bother me. I thought they might bother y'all, but if they don't bother you, we'll keep it. Hi, Joanne. Now it did bleed the tiniest bit right here on the E, but it's not obvious, so I'm not going to fix it. It's going to look so good on that arch. I love it. All right. So here is our welcome sign. What do we think? Really pretty. We're going to close up our shimmer shadow. Y'all, that shimmer shadow is so pretty. I love it, especially when you do like a black painted background or like on a black chalkboard and then you add this on top. It just gives it a really pretty look. Alrighty, so let me get my hot glue gun. Let's get that started. And then let's kind of start messing with the bow and the greenery. And then we'll be done. Okay. All right, so here's our arch. We stained it in walnut, the No Pain Gel Stain in walnut. It is about 20 inches tall. And we are going, I think, to use these two. Okay. And then we have this greenery that I wanted to add. Thanks, Connie. With a little bow. So look, it's going to go like this. Hold, please. So this is what I wanted to ask y'all. Oh my gosh, I'm making this look very difficult. Okay. It goes edge to edge pretty spot on. Do y'all see that? Should we make it the arch a little bit wider and taller so you can see the edges? Or do y'all like it just like this? Let me know. But then we're going to add, I think, some like greenery here. And then just a double bow. I think it's going to be really pretty. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Think it's a good size, or should I make it a little bit bigger? I think I kind of like it the way that it is because it fits edge to edge. Just like that. Okay. Dolores says a tad wider. It looks fine. A bit larger. All right. I think that looks good. Oh, heck. I forgot my little hair ties. Hi, Linda. That's not what I needed. Okay. Let me go grab those really quickly. Monica says a bit wider. 1 second, y'all. All right. I'm coming. So, a bit wider, it looks not fine. Everybody has their personal preference. I will tell you, this size will be a little bit easier to ship, but it doesn't matter to me either way. Hold please. Yep, hold please. All right, so I like to use these little elastic hair ties to make my bows. Well, maybe. That was like a womp womp. That one didn't work. All right. Oh, it'd be helpful if I turned on my hot glue gun. I got it out, but didn't turn it on. All right. So I make the Cancer awareness bow. Trying to see, I think that's a good size. So I like to get these little elastics, and we'll probably go around it in jute or twine, but I find it easier to do this than to try to tie it with twine or jute because I can never get it centered. And with this, you can adjust the loop size. Okay. Will the bow cover up too much of the arch? It might. We're going to see. We may not even do the bow. I don't know. I just wanted to see. Do we like, okay. Another question. Like the light buffalo plaid or the dark buffalo plaid? Wire for the bow. You can do that too. For me, I find that the elastic hair ties are just easier for me. Which one do y'all like? The light, white, or brown buffalo plaid? Kind of thinking this one, right? Dark, dark, dark. Okay. See? We're on the same page. I struggle with like ribbon selection, like putting the ribbons together. Like picking a selection of ribbons. No, Dolores. But if you need some, I can. I mean, wait, I take that back. This ribbon right here comes with the kit. With the club kit. But if you want the arch, I can add on some ribbon for you. All right, that looks good. Instead of gluing it, you can tie the whole thing to the back of it. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah. Hi, Sandy Brown. We're just going to see what it looks like and then go from there. If you don't like the arch covered, you don't have to do that. I just had this vision in my head, and I just want to see if it works. Okay. Make this a little bit smaller. And I like using the hair ties because then you can also adjust the loop size to make it work for you. Ooh, that's pretty. All right, let's see. Let's put up away your 25 pairs of scissors. Okay, we're just gonna kind of see what we think. Mind you, nothing is glued. Nothing is like finished, right? It does cover up quite a bit of it. What do y'all think? I missed the beginning. Where's the arch from? Sandy, it's in my shop. If you comment the word January, I cut it. What do y'all think? Is it too much? Or do we just do the bow? Well, it'd be helpful if I didn't throw that around. Never saw anyone use hair ties. Yeah, you're welcome, Billy. I saw another crafter do it, and I was like, that is so much easier than twine. What do y'all think? Greenery, no greenery? Leave it plain? No, I don't like it plain. All right, we're doing it. We're doing the greenery. We're gonna do the whole shebang. Now, I don't have wire cutters in here, which is really unfortunate for me. But greenery. Hi, Callie. Ow, that hurt. I'm gonna do it again. Ow. Flowers, maybe. I don't really have any flowers in here. I'm looking at my thing that I have over here. I like fall flowers. Darlene, I'm still live, girlfriend. Let's see. Thanks. Yeah, they're tiny rubber bands, like what you put in your hair. Like little girl hair, like for little girls, or even your own hair. And I think it's a fabulous idea. Okay. Someone told me to zip tie them before. Leave it as is. Like just leave it with the welcome. You could do that too. So here's the thing. You can do this however you want to. You can leave it like this. Me personally, I'm going to add the greenery in the bow because that's what I like. But if you get this, I'm going to cut the stems a little bit shorter to make it easier to glue. Okay. There we go. That's better. And I kind of have to go with, goodness. Kind of have to go with where the wood is. And hold it down. The arch would look great. Yeah, absolutely, Leona. That'd be really pretty. Girl, you might have just given me an idea. If you slide the welcome up a little, how would it look with greenery and bow under? Oh, like you mean down here? I don't know. I already glued it, so it is what it is at this point. You know? Hold it down. That's okay, Darlene. I did cut the arch. I sure did. Yes, ma'am. Hold this down. Pamela, it broke. It broke. It stopped working. Oh, I guess I could have zip tied it onto the arch. It's okay. We're going to cover up the glue with the bow anyways. All right. So, my next question. Too big? Or should I make it a little bit smaller? I think it might be. No. This one back here might be a little too big. I got that greenery off of Amazon. All right. No, it was a good size. What am I doing? There we go. Is the arch too? Yeah, I mean, I don't have the right size staples. My staples are too long, and so it'll go through to the back. Stapling would be way easier than, you know, how I choose to do things. Which is the difficult way. All right, let's tie this around. I will, Dolores. I'm not done with the bow. I want to get it on there first before I cut, so I can get it the right size. All right, let's see. Oh my goodness, I'm making this difficult. I will, Miss Dolores. I will. I promise. I promise, I promise. I'm not done. I'm not going to throw this on here. All right, let's see. I will, y'all, I promise I'll cut the tails. I promise. I'm not going to leave it like this. I promise. Okay, let's glue this on here. I would not leave it like that. It looks silly with those long tails. I know, I know. Trust the process. I'm getting there. Yeah. Now, if you're going to put this outside, I don't recommend hot glue. But that's what I'm using here. Okay. There we go. The only thing with tying it, I guess I could. Okay, I think the bow. Hold, please. Again, hold, please. I do say that a lot. Ooh, that's a good idea. You could do that. And that's why I don't like cutting it, because I think I just cut that one way too short. My own fault. Exactly, Billy. I promise. I'm getting there, y'all. All right, let's see. I think I need to add, so the issue with the greenery is it's down too much. I don't know if I take it off or try to spread it out. Boonies. Let me see if I can spread it out a little bit. Let's see. I think it needs greenery up here too. What do y'all think? I think it looks kind of silly with the greenery hanging down. But maybe I could glue some of this greenery. Hold on. Let's see. I could glue some of the greenery down around it. Y'all know what I mean? To where it moves. What do y'all think? I think I'm going to make the bow a little smaller. Yeah, it needs some greenery, like, let me attach this. So y'all said to tie it, so we're going to attempt to tie it. If it doesn't look good tied, then I'm going to glue it. Okay. Add some more greenery. Okay. That's what I'm thinking too. It needs some greenery like right here. Yeah, it definitely needs some greenery that goes right here. So I'm wondering, use your imagination. Is that too much greenery? I'm not happy with how the greenery turned out, to be honest with y'all. But we're gonna make it work. I feel like that's too much greenery. Hi, Thomas. No? You don't think it's too much? Debbie's like, girl, it's way too much. What are you thinking? I kind of glued my greenery on wrong, and it's frustrating me. All right. You know what we're going to do? We are going to take the bow off. We're going to fix it. So because I used hot glue, we are going, see you, Miss Anita? We are going to heat it back up and move it. Thanks, Patricia. More green. Yeah. I need to fix the greenery. It's driving me nuts. Okay, that one came off. Not too much. So some people like a lot of the greenery and some people don't. Yeah, I think it's more of like a personal preference. I personally thought it was too much. Yeah, so if you use hot glue, right, and you place something where you don't like it, you can heat the hot glue back up and you can take your stuff off. Now, it will leave your hot glue on there, but I was able to take it off, and so I'm going to get it really liquidy and then try to wipe it off. I like it. You're being true. Always, Linda. Always. I'm too hard on myself constantly. I liked it. I just didn't like the placement of the greenery. I thought it was a good amount of greenery, but it looked a little funky with the greenery being like womp womp, like angling down in the bow. I don't know. That's just me. Put the bow on first. That's a good idea. Okay, maybe we try that idea. Thanks, Stephanie. Thank you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. All right. Well, I just missed my little thing. All right, so I think I like the bow up here. Let's try that. Let's do the bow, and then we'll add the greenery. I know. I think it's because like I have this picture in my head, y'all, and it's not coming alive quite yet. All right, I'm gonna just glue the bow, and then we'll add the greenery. And then that way we can cut off the pieces of the greenery and place it how we want it. Okay. So you could leave it like this. Obviously the bow needs to be fixed, but let's start adding. Maybe. I always tell y'all to let it set and then I just mess it up. Yeah. You could even do it like if you, how do I explain this? Let me see if I have a cutout. So like, if I used hot glue to glue these two hearts together and I messed it up, you could heat the back of the wood to get the hot glue back to like the liquid consistency, and then you can take it off that way. I've done that before. It does create a little bit of a mess, but it does work. All right. So I'm thinking we cut, oh heck. My greenery cutters fell over here. Hold, please. Again, hold. They fell back here. And that's what I need to cut. Oh no, Stephanie. Being kicked downstairs. And when I was a kid. Oh no. I'm so sorry. All right. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm just put a little bit of glue here and stick it in. You could do it on the front too. It just depends on like what you have on the front. You could do it on the front. The black is usually not painted, so that's why I said that. You can do it however you want to. Oh my gosh. Hold this down. Place a wide curve strip over, heat it. Oh. This is also why I don't like using hot glue, because it takes forever. All right. Put a little bit of glue here. Glue this one down. I'm just holding it down until it kind of sets up. I might need to glue that. Y'all, this glue is making me mad. Yeah, no problem. You can do it however you want to, really, honestly. All right, glue this. I'm going to glue this little guy down right here. And we're just going to let it set. Ow, I just burned the you know what out of me. Yes, this is from the monthly club. Yes, ma'am. All right. Okay. What do y'all think? I think it needs to be filled in more. Yeah, a little piece right here. Sorry for going quiet. Y'all hit that heart button for me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being patient with me while we figured this out. This is a little bit more tedious, but I think it's going to look better than how I had it originally. Okay. Hold it down. There we go. I think that looks better. Yeah. It's not turning out exactly how I want it, but we're going to make it work. All right, let's do this one. We can separate this one a little bit. Thank you, y'all. Thank you so much. I know this part isn't the funnest part, but we're getting there. I think this is going to look so much better than how we had it originally. Boonies. I'm like, Mama, let me in. Thanks, y'all. We will do a giveaway. I'll give away 2 things since we've been here for, forever and a day. But y'all hit that heart button for me. If you haven't done so already, comment the word January. Hold on. I almost said hold please. I almost said it again. That did not stay down. This is why I really dislike working with hot glue. I get so frustrated with it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, there we go. Found a part to hold down. No worries, we're learning that things don't all. Yeah, exactly. I'm here to show y'all what to do and what not to do and how to fix your mistakes. And sometimes I don't know how to fix them, and it's okay. Y'all teach me too, which is awesome. I love it. I love all the tips and stuff that y'all give me too. Because I definitely do not know everything, and I will never pretend like I do. All right, a little bit of glue here. Hi, Rhonda. And if y'all are new, say hey. Even if you're a silent watcher, say hey. I like to know where y'all are all watching from. How big is that arch? It's about 11 by 20. Okay, hold this down. I don't need to mess with it because the more that I mess with it, the more that this piece isn't going to stay. All right. In the bucket this time, not on the floor, Alex. All right, let's cut this from Utah. Good old Utah. I was in Utah about this time last year. Boom, sir. All right, I'm gonna glue. I just burnt myself. Pennsylvania. I'm in Texas, if y'all didn't know that. That's where I'm from. Thanks, Deborah. Hi, Anita. This was a labor of love. Let me fix the bow. No, it needs more. I'm still not loving it. Nebraska for a little snow. Girl, I don't know how you do the snow. I couldn't do it. All right, a little bit more greenery. I want it to be a little bit fuller. So, you know, back to sitting here waiting for hot glue to dry. Vermont. Okay. I know this isn't fun, y'all, but I promise I think it's going to look so much better with a little bit more greenery. I almost kind of wonder if I should have done the greenery all the way around. Make it look like a little wreath. Go Eagles. Greenie is to glue some floral foam. Oh, hold on. I missed the comment. Where did it go? Another option for Greenie is to glue some floral foam. So, ooh, that's a good idea. Duh. Why didn't I think of that? Looks like I'm going to a good old Hobby Lobby or Michael's tomorrow. Haven't had any snow. Oh, no, that sounds wonderful. It's been a little chilly here for Texas. But tomorrow it's supposed to kind of go back to being warm. All right. I think this is our last little section that we're going to add anything, and then we'll call it a night. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much for giving me all your tips and tricks and recommendations. I think this turned out pretty cute. What do y'all think? I think it turned out... Oh, wait. Hold on. It needs a little chunk of monk down here. Yeah, I'm going to do that next time. That seems so much easier than, you know, this dumb method that I'm doing. I'm not going to give up because I know I can, it's getting there. It's not exactly how I envisioned it, but I think it's pretty, it did its job. And I showed y'all how to use the sea spray. We're going to be doing more of that. But here it is. Now, if I could only cut my ribbon, my tails to be the same length. There we go. Let me check it out. Okay, that looks better. What do y'all think? Look at that. I'm kind of obsessed with it. It's so pretty. You could do, I think you could do this in white. It'd be really pretty too. Like make it a little bright and cheery. But there is our club craft. I'm going to save these little pieces. I appreciate y'all being here and being so patient for this labor of love. I think it turned out pretty good. Not what I envisioned exactly, but still cute. Okay. All right. Y'all hit that heart button. Let's pick 2 winners. Yes, Billy. Let's pick 2 winners. Before we do that, tell me which has been your favorite club project of this month. So, hold on. Number 1, I know that's not on straight. Number 1. Number 2. Or number 3. I love all of them. But which one was your favorite? 1 with the bee pattern, which is gorgeous. 2 with the checkers, or 3 with the arch. Y'all really like that bee pattern one that I did. Let me know if you want to sell it. Sell what, Miss Lynette? Sell what? Which one? You still love the bees? Yeah. I think this one's my favorite. Hi, Louise. Number 1. The bees is a really cute pattern. The bees is gorgeous. All right, let's pick our 2 winners. So, first round, the 5th person on my end to comment the word arch. To comment the word arch, you will get some Happy Meal. So the 5th person on my end to comment the word arch. Lynette was number 1. Or hold on. I think Lynette was telling, oh, the arch, yes. Yeah, Lynette, I'm happy to sell it to you. Okay, Patricia was number 1. Stephanie was number 2. And there's the balloons. Shannon was number 3. Tammy was number 4. Miss Jan Reeves, girlfriend, you've got some good luck. You have won again tonight. So Jan Reeves, you are the first winner. Let's do another winner, Miss Jan. You can't win again. So let's see. The 7th person on my end to comment the word brown will be the winner of our second giveaway. Okay. To comment the word brown. Brown. You're welcome, Miss Jan. Miss Jan's got some good luck, y'all. Hi, Lisa. Comments are still coming through, so give it. Sandy Brown was number 1. Lisa Marto was number 2. Sandy Crawford was number 3. Kim Jars was number 4. Connie was number 5. Louise was number 6. Annie Stewart, you were at number 7. Miss Annie Stewart, you are our second winner. What was your question? Who asked that? The watch. Whoever asked how much I would sell something for, send the message again and I'll let you know. But it is beautiful. I love this, y'all. Go grab your arches. They're 20 bucks. And if you have an open order with me, like a live sell order, or if you place an order on the website, you can add this to your orders to save a little bit on shipping so you don't have to pay shipping again. So if you want to add this to an order, just send me a message or I'll post a picture up in my VIP group for you. How much for the watch? The arch itself, just the blank arch, is 20. I don't remember what I was saying. Thanks, Angie. What was I saying? I don't know, y'all. But here's what we made. Okay, Anita. Oh, that's what I was saying. So if you want to claim this, you can send me a message and say add it to my invoice, and I can add it, or I'll post a picture of this in the VIP group, and you can just comment that you want it, okay? Kim, if you comment the word January, okay, comment the word January, and then you'll get a message in your Facebook Messenger. Go to that message. It'll be a long message with full of information, but at the bottom, there are 3 buttons. The first one I think is to my Amazon storefront. The second one is to like my private groups. If you click on that, it'll send you another message, and then you can join the Cutout broadcast channel and the VIP group over in there. Okay. But there it is, y'all. Or if you just want the blank arch, you can also comment the word January, and it's the very first link in that message. Okay. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your night. I will be on tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to do, but I'm pretty excited about how that turned out. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a great night, and I'll talk to y'all later.